Hey everyone, Adam Koós, Portfolio Manager, President, and a Senior Financial Advisor at Libertas Wealth Management Group in Central Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. Wanted to do a quick video to explain what's going on with the merger between TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab. We've started to get a couple questions, so we wanted to be proactive. As I get into this, I'm going to try and go fast because I caught a bug, really, really bad chest and head cold about 10 days ago. This thing just won't go away. I sound good right now, but I guarantee you in the next 5 minutes or less, my voice is going to start going. So I apologize in advance if I'm difficult to understand, but I'm going to do my very, very best here. So let's jump in right now and just get into it. First and foremost, the Charles Schwab TD Ameritrade merger is something that's been talked about now for almost 5 years. So this is not new. Furthermore, the actual merger was official and decided upon way back in 2 years ago at this point. So this has been 2 years in the making. So just keep in mind this isn't something that's new. It's not some breaking news. It's not something we haven't known about. We've known about it this whole time. There just wasn't first of all, there wasn't any big, huge need to go projecting out that it was happening because not really much of anything is changing, first of all. And then second of all, the very few things that are changing, we weren't really sure about. There weren't really answers about the details. And again, those details are so minute and unimportant. Again, there was really no reason to get ahead of the ball beyond where we are today. So again, that's why I'm recording this video. So that's the first thing. Second of all, TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab are two of the three largest custodians in the world. Fidelity being the third. And in fact, when way back, God, it's been so long at this point, when I hired TD Ameritrade to hold our clients' assets, because that's all they do, they hold our assets, they give us the ability to buy and sell investments. That's what they do. They keep the money safe. But when I did that way back when, I decided between TD, Schwab, and Fidelity, and I decided on TD. Ultimately, all three were great, but I decided on TD because they did not create any investments. I liked the fact that they were agnostic in terms of investments. They were just a custodian. Charles Schwab, on the other hand, they do have ETFs, for instance, that they create. So they do have investments that they create. It's not a big deal. In fact, that's why it was so minute. So when I decided on TD Ameritrade, and then I saw that the Schwab merger was coming, it's a good thing in my opinion. What we have is a bigger footprint, potentially. Not that fees can really get lower from this at this point, but at some point down the road, maybe they can figure out a way to lower fees below where they are now. Perhaps there's a way to create a bigger platform for more investment offerings. But honestly, we have access already, and we have for years, to virtually every investment under the sun. So really what's happening here is we're getting more size, more safety, and so I think all those things are a good thing. The other thing on the right here, you can see the after 2 years of speculation, we weren't sure if they were going to call the company TD Ameritrade. We weren't sure if they were going to TD Ameritrade Schwab or TD Schwab, but they ended up just sticking with the Charles Schwab name. So that's what it's going to be called going forward. And there goes my voice, by the way. What isn't changing? So what's not changing is first and foremost our relationship with you. Just to reiterate, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Interactive Brokers, TD Ameritrade, they are all custodians, and are in this business that legally you have to have somebody hold your client's money because it needs to be kept in safekeeping. So that's what they do. So in terms of our relationship with you, nothing's going to change. Nothing's changing on our company. Nothing's changing in terms of how we give advice, how we do business. Everything else is changing. Is not changing. I'm sorry. Our trading platform, even though you folks don't see it, behind the scenes, how we manage money, all the block trading that I do, how TD Ameritrade has made my life very simple with a piece of software called iRebal, another one called ThinkPipes, all that stuff super simple still. In fact, Schwab is keeping the TD Ameritrade trading platform. So all that's the same. All the software that we use is third party. So one of the beautiful things about companies like Schwab and TD is that they don't require us to use their software. In fact, in most cases, they don't even have any software. So when we come in and we want to hire a company like Black Diamond, which I'll talk about in a second, we can hire them if we want. If we want to use eMoney or MoneyGuide Pro as financial planning software, we can hire whoever we want. In our case, we love MoneyGuide Pro. Risk assessment software, we just made a huge change, parted ways with Risk Allies and hired Pocket Risk for our risk assessment software. I use Exit Smarts and Quist for business valuation and transition software. Estate planning software, we use Your eFolio. So we have all these third-party pieces of software that we pay for. None of that's changing either. Fees, nothing's changing there. Wire transfers that we would send to your accounts from your portfolio, no fee there still. Advisory fees, no change. We'll continue to cover trading costs like we always have. Well, I shouldn't say always, for the past 15 plus years. It seems like forever. We've been paying for all trading costs and ticket charges. That's not going to change. I even called out to a guy on our service team today before I hit record on this video, and I just wanted to triple check. And I said, are you sure there's any fees that are changing? And he put me on hold for a second just to make sure he was 100% sure. And it turns out the only thing he could find was that if one of you were to call in to the home office instead of calling us and request a check, then you would be charged $8.50. Nobody calls the home office. That's obviously one of the million things we do for you. So as long as you call us, it's still free, like it always has been. And again, wire transfers are free. So we typically like to do wire transfers because sending anything in the mail is always a risk. So anyway, that's it. So there's no changes there either. Now, what is going to change? There's some small negligible changes. New account numbers are going to be assigned on September 5th. So all new account numbers will be assigned to your accounts. The name, Charles Schwab, is the one, like I said, that's going to stick. That's what they're going to use going forward. The logo for Charles Schwab, that's going to be on statements online when you log in. All that's going to be changed to accounts directly on September 5th. The old money market at TD Ameritrade, which is just like a cash sweep program, that's going to be replaced by Charles Schwab's bank sweep program, which is actually about, last I checked, it's about 20 to 25% higher than TD's, so that's a good thing. Keep in mind that whenever we have a lot of cash on hand in any portfolio or any model, I'm typically using short-term treasury bills anyway, so I'm not using the cash sweep account. I typically have a pretty heavy position in short-term T-bills using an ETF, which gives us a whole lot higher rate anyhow. But I digress. When this is going to happen, again, September 5th, that's the Tuesday after Labor Day weekend. All of these changes officially take place and go into effect. And then another thing that changes is if you've had paperless statements or paperless trade confirmations in the past, you're going to need to turn them off again. Now, if you want paper statements and you want all those paper trade confirmations, you don't have to do anything because they're going to start coming paper. Just legally, they have to do that. I know it's really annoying for those of you that would rather have them turned off, but you have to turn them off again because legally they have to basically start over and get your acknowledgement to have them turned off. So in order to do that, you have to create a login at Charles Schwab, and then you would just have to turn off paper statements. That's it. And by the way, our office is happy to help with all of this. If you have any questions, we can walk you through it. It's super, super simple. And once you do it once you're done. Another couple things here. The old website, when you would log into your account, and I know most of you don't even log into TD Ameritrade, but for the few of you that do, it was advisorclient.com. That was the website. The new website, if you want to save this somewhere, write it down, put it as a bookmark in your web browser of choice. The new website is client.schwab.com. And again, if you want a login, you would create it there. And really, more importantly, I know the vast majority of you that are going to use this, the only reason you're going to use it is to log in, turn off your paper statements, and make them electronic, turn off your paper trade confirms, make them electronic, and then you're probably never going to log in again. And the reason for that is because, again, we've been paying plenty of money, I might add, for Black Diamond for years now. Most of our clients really, really like Black Diamond. It's much more user-friendly. There's a lot more capabilities that Black Diamond has that TD Ameritrade doesn't and Schwab won't. So just the biggest and most important password when it comes to logging into your accounts are going to be A, your Black Diamond password, and B, your Money Guide Pro password for those of you. I know many of you like to log into your financial plans, which is awesome. So, and by the way, if you don't log into your financial plan and you want to, reach out to us. We'll shoot you an email with instructions. Super easy. Oh yeah, we've been using Schwab's platform, by the way, at our office for some time now, and we have zero issue with it. It's just fine. Again, I know you're not going to see this. You're not going to log into the Schwab platform anyway in most cases, but anyway, again, point being, we've been using it for a while. And we're happy with the merger at our office. I have no desire, no plans at all to make changes in terms of our custodian, to go hunting for a new custodian, or to fire Charles Schwab as a company and find someone else. I think that it's going to be just fine. So last but not least, just again, a super important date. Account information, logging into your account at TD Ameritrade, or Schwab for that matter, will be unavailable from 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday, September 1st until Tuesday, September 5th, so the day after Labor Day. You will not have access to your accounts. And I don't know this for sure, but I imagine if you log into Black Diamond, what's going to show is probably whatever the most recent reported dollar amount was. So it might be what was reported on Friday, September 1st. It also might be what was reported at the end of August. That's possible. So just be patient as this merger completes and goes official. I'm assuming it's going to go perfectly, but there's always chances that when things happen like this, that there's little flukes and little technology problems. So, and last, of course, thank you for bearing with me through this video. If you lasted through the whole thing, and I apologize for my terrible voice, all my sniffling, and if after I get done, I'll edit it and I'll try to get rid of all my coughs. But if I missed one, I apologize as well. But that's all. If you have any questions, reach out to us at info@libertaswealth.com. You can go to our website at libertaswealth.com and just send us a form message there. Of course, you always have our email addresses at our office, and all of us, it's our first name at libertaswealth.com. So whether that's me, Gina, Kim, whoever you want to get a hold of, feel free to reach out. But that's all I've got for today. Hope you are all having a wonderful summer. Hope you had a great 4th of July holiday, and that the rest of your summer goes really well. We'll be talking soon. Thanks.